Alright folks, we're back with another video. Today we are covering the giant fraud scandal in Minnesota. So this is a video from a guy named Nick Shirley. He's an independent journalist, and what he did is he went to all of these daycare centers in Minnesota that were being run by Somalians and wanted to see how he could get a hypothetical child into these daycares. The problem was that none of these daycares had any kids in it, and nobody wanted to talk. Weird. So we're going to play this video for you guys. It's really entertaining. I saw one clip and I knew I had to make a video. So here it is. Here we go.
Hello, we'd like to ask where the money's going. What do you guys think about the fraud that's taking place here in Minnesota?
I don't think anybody is enabling fraud to happen.
Hold Governor Walz accountable for this.
What was this money spent on? 1.26 million. What was that money spent on? There aren't any kids.
Answer the question. Are there children? There's no children inside this building. Potentially the largest fraud scandal in U.S. history is taking place in Minnesota, as literally billions of dollars have been funneled through Somali-ran fraudulent businesses. So much fraud, it could actually almost replace the entire GDP of...
You see that right there? $9 billion estimated stolen by scammers. So these people had these social services, and they took advantage of these social services, and they embezzled all this money for themselves. Insane, dude. Under $12 billion of Somalia's GDP, if this is true. This is crazy.
Somalia. These fraudsters have worked hand in hand with the Minnesota government as they enabled billions of dollars to be given to fraudulent businesses underneath welfare purposes.
No
Some
way.
of this money eventually landed in the hands of terrorist groups in Somalia like the Al-Shabaab, and others enriched themselves all at the U.S. taxpayers' expense. And in this video, we will break down all of the fraud from start to finish, from going to the fraudulent businesses and confronting the people who are making millions of dollars from the government. And we will also be confronting the incompetent government leaders who let this fraud happen. And to make this happen, I met up with a man who's been doing his own investigation for years now, as he has seen the fraud firsthand. His name is David. Let's get into this and be prepared to be shocked. How deep is this fraud here inside of Minnesota?
It is far worse than anybody can imagine. You heard it's 7 to 10 billion and maybe more, and now the numbers have been revised and put out there publicly that they think it's more like 8 billion. How I got involved is that where my office is here in Minneapolis, I'm sort of in the heart of all of this fraud, and I would see these childcare centers. I said, well, there aren't any kids there. It's the middle of the day, and all I see are a couple of guys standing out front smoking. And then I'd go by another daycare and I'd see the same thing. I said, well, where do these kids play? And so I started to go online and look, and I said, this place is licensed for 80 children. They had zero children. Every time I went by there, they never had a single child there. Then I started to see all these transportation companies going around, and it was always a Somali driver. And I said, well, that's great. They're out there transportation, contributing, but they never had a passenger, never, ever once. And I said, well, what is all this transportation? What are they doing? So then I found out that in Minnesota, they have something called non-emergency medical transportation. So this is going to the dentist's office, therapy, whatever it might be. And I said, well, how many of these companies are there? And the research came back that there are 1,020 of them, and more than 800 of them are Somali owned.
Jeez.
Nobody from the state of Minnesota ever cross-checks to see if any rides were ever actually provided. All they did was write the check.
So right here we have all this paperwork. And how are you getting all this information about the fraud?
A lot of it is through my own research. And then I have some contacts at the Capitol going back many, many years. And so the data that I'm getting is 100% accurate, coming directly from research done by people at the state Capitol.
All this paperwork right here, what are we looking at?
The areas of fraud that I have numbers for are mostly related to childcare. This is massive fraud that is beyond anyone's imagination, the scope. And so, for example, there's a childcare not far from here in Minneapolis that has two childcares listed at the same address. And together, they're licensed supposedly for 120 children.
Sheesh.
I have never seen a single child there ever.
Shit.
By that place at least 100 times.
These Somalians, these groups are setting up these daycares, these childcare centers, getting money from the government, but there's no kids.
No kids. Never had any of them. They're all fraught with violations, and even though they have these violations, they're still in operation and they're still getting money.
Something interesting too, and you hate to use the old trope of like these Indians and the people that come from like that specific region of the world, but like when they do fit the stereotypes and when they are scamming, especially our hard-earned tax money that we've given the government because we want to have all of these programs, we want to be able to have a social safety net, we want to be able to have nice public utilities, things that the public can use, state schools, etc., etc. But when you see this really, I mean, it allows me at least to lose trust in the government, in the form of government that we have in this country. Minnesota specifically seems to be very corrupt, but I don't doubt that it's the only one. It's actually probably every state to a certain degree. But it's very frustrating, and if you live in Minnesota in particular, if you live in Minneapolis, I'd be enraged. I'm enraged because I think the same thing might happen in my state, so let's see.
And it's millions of dollars for every one of them every year.
That's crazy, man.
Who's getting the money? And where are they getting the money from?
So we have a thing called CCAP. It's a blend of federal and state money. The bottom line is it's taxpayer money, so it's state money and it's federal money. And the problem is the people at the state of Minnesota are the ones writing the checks. This is kind of the maddening thing is you have daycare, so you have adult daycare, and then you have child care, and then you have health care. And a lot of these same names keep coming up on all of these different types of businesses. And then, of course, we have the transportation, and a lot of those same names appear, a lot of the same addresses. There's one building that has 14 Somali healthcare companies at the same address.
Shit.
There's another building in St. Paul that has 22 Somali healthcare businesses at the same address.
Huh.
And the government knows about this.
The government knows they're writing the checks. Yeah, the Democrats over there just writing the checks. What has happened is that the Somali community is a very closed community. They will not speak to anyone outside the community and talk about what's going on within the community. They vote as a block. And so when you're a politician, you're saying, look.
It's almost like we shouldn't import people from the third world into our country and allow them to become U.S. citizens and allow them to have homes. What he's talking about, I believe he's talking about the Somali neighborhood in Minnesota called Little Mogadishu. And what Little Mogadishu is exactly what he's talking about. Somali community, very close-knit. They don't talk to anybody outside. What do we have? We have a housing crisis in this country. What do we have? These people should not be living in America. Americans could be occupying those homes. Little Mogadishu is not the only Somali community, not the only community where you have basically another country inside of this particular area of a city. This actually happens all around the country. The problem is American citizens, people my age, my generation, are struggling to buy homes because the median age of a first-time home buyer now is 40 years old. If we could deport all of these people that live in homes, then the price of the homes will go down due to supply and demand. It only makes sense. So it really radicalizes you, particularly if you're Gen Z and you talk to your friends that can't afford a home, and you in particular can't afford a home. Because people like this are occupying the homes that you should be living in. I mean, they're driving up the price, in addition to a couple other factors. But this, something that you already pay taxes, and these people are already taking up the homes, it just makes you really, really angry.
Look, I've got 100,000 people in Minnesota that if I do something for the community, they're going to vote for me. And that's what it's all about, is getting the votes. And then the people here in Minnesota, you hear this term, Minnesota nice. I'm so sick of that term. The people here are so afraid of being called a racist or an Islamophobe. And they're afraid of their own shadow. And I don't understand. This is our
all white people are afraid of becoming or being called racist. It's actually dying down now, but let's be honest, folks. The majority of white people for the past decade and a half, 2 decades even, I've been afraid of being called racist. It's just what it is, and if you just embrace it or not even embrace it, you just don't allow the name to define you. You don't allow the label to bother you. You just shake it off. You don't retaliate. You don't deflect. You don't defend yourself. Just who gives a shit, man? It's enough. White people are the only race that don't want to be called racist, that cower in fear when they're called racist. All of the other racial groups don't give a fuck, and they're actually racist too. It's just mind-boggling, man.
Future generations.
Which, by the way, if they're racist, I don't give a shit. It doesn't matter if you have preconceived notions, microaggressions against a certain racial group. Who gives a fuck? I don't care. As long as you're not actively harming somebody, who gives a fuck? But like, when white people have continually castrated themselves over the past decade and a half, 2 decades, it's like, what are you doing? You're destroying yourselves.
Are going to have to pay for all this fraud, and they just want to bury their heads in the sand and go on and just not worry about it.
Pussies.
Tim Walz saying there's organized crime in Minnesota. What did he do about it? Nothing. You got organized crime? What are you doing? This is the Minnesota law, which mandates that anyone who knows of fraud and is a state employee must report that fraud. It's Minnesota Statute 3.971, Subdivision 9. Not only that, but Walz is also guilty of misconduct of a public employee. When I look at the world as a whole, and I look at fraud, the Twin Cities is ground zero. The fraud is worse here than anywhere else ever in history, anywhere.
We're going to confront these people. We're going to go to these daycare centers. We're going to see what's actually happening.
Okay, so we have to be careful because these people are very violent. They're exceptionally violent.
Now, with all of the
Interesting.
evidence,
This foreign group of people that happens to be brown is violent. Isn't that... What a shocker. What a shocker. This group of people that doesn't come from a Western country, a foreign country, third world. It's almost like I've been talking about, and all of the racists, the xenophobes, have been talking about for generations. You don't want people that have a completely different way of life to come into your country, your Western country, your European country, and exist and bring their ways of life in, because their ways of life are not yours. They're not compatible with your country. It's just common fucking sense.
headed out to the streets of Minneapolis to see how much fraud we could uncover in one afternoon.
Where are we going now?
We're going to a place called Mako Child Care, which actually has another child care registered at the same address called Mini Child Care Center.
Jeez.
So we should see lots of children if there's this child care center, especially if there's 2.
The two of them combined are licensed for 120.
And how much money have these child care centers received?
None of those vans had moved in 6 months. None of them. In 2020, one of them received 1.3 million. In 2021,
Shit.
they got 987,000. In 2022, they got 714,000. That's the last I have for that one. And then
Hey man, I bet if a white person fails to pay their property taxes for a year, the cops will come after him, the IRS will come after him, all the state agencies will come after him. But fuck, if this is the case and they're not doing anything about it, it makes you lose a lot of trust in the system. It makes you lose a lot of trust in everything, man. If you are a white person in Minnesota, or a black person in Minnesota for that matter, if you are an American citizen and you are paying your taxes on time and you are doing everything you're supposed to do, and people like fucking this are taking advantage of the system to the tune of almost $1 million, even over $1 million per year, what do you think you're gonna think? You're gonna be really pissed. And these people, oftentimes, the referendums don't happen in the elections anymore. These people continue to get voted in because most of the voting populace is rather dumb. I mean, they're fucking stupid. And so what's gonna happen? What are you going to do? I don't know, because I don't live there, but it pisses me off.
the other one, 1.604 million in fiscal year 2020.
Over $1.5 million, but I guarantee, once again, if a white person or an American citizen, for that matter, does not pay their property taxes in Minnesota, then they're gonna come down with everything. Insane, man.
Fiscal year 2024, they got about 800,000, and in fiscal year 2023, they got $904,059. This place right here. Yes.
You're outside of it.
Well, this is actually 2 daycares are registered here. One of them is Mako, which you see on this sign. The other one is Mini Child Care Center. And between the two of these child care centers, they're pulling in about $3 million a year. And there are no children. Every facility you go to, the windows will be blocked out so you can't see in. There's nobody here. You won't see a single child at any of these facilities.
There are indeed No windows. All the windows are blacked out right here. All right, let's go in.
Fuck, man.
And the child care center is locked. Should we ring the doorbell? Yeah. Try to get in, ring the doorbell. Nobody showed up. They're open 7 days a week, 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. It says here on their sign, yet there's absolutely nobody here. And this building here, right here, has generated millions of dollars, and it seems like business isn't even open right now, and it's a weekday.
I mean, like, this has to be so radicalizing. This is very radicalizing because I run a business. I run 2 businesses now. This is my second business. And you have to generate money to pay for bills, but you have to make an income. And I've been taught, Americans have been taught how to make an honest income, an honest wage, to provide for themselves, and to provide for their family. It's just mind-boggling that people don't have the conscience. And this is the problem when you import people from non-Christian countries that don't have these Western values implemented into their countries. This is what happens, man. And so you could call us racist, xenophobic, whatever the case may be, but the reason that those things exist is to protect you. You should use borders. It's actually good to enforce borders because all these people on the left, what they're going to find out is the people that you're bringing in don't have the same values as you. So when the country does get to a point, if and when the country does get to a point when things like violence, fraud, murder, rape are legitimized and normalized, you're not going to like it. It is mind-boggling that they will let this happen.
And if this was a daycare center, it wouldn't just be in some industrialized building. There would be maybe like a playground or something outside. Or
Yeah, what the fuck is that? Of course there would be a playground. It'd be colorful. I just don't understand.
There's no play area for the kids. So where are the kids? Where's anybody? How can there be nobody here? And it's like this every single day. I've never seen a single child here. In 9 years, I've never seen a single child.
That's incredible.
Right there.
oh, then now it looks like we already got the Somalis coming through.
Yeah, they're coming. The word's out.
Hello, is this your daycare?
No, can you tell us why there are no children? Have you ever seen children at this child care center?
These people are not American, man.
All right, let's go to the next location. Now we're going to the next daycare center. How much money has this one generated?
This one, in fiscal year 2025,
By the way, why aren't these people being deported? This is the problem with Trump, is he'll play to all of this nativist rhetoric, and he'll play to people's xenophobic tendencies just to get elected. And then when it comes time to do the deportations like we elected you to do, you do 350,000 roughly in a year. You multiply that by 4, and that's not even 2 million. Problem is, Biden let in 10 million in 4 years. So if you're doing 2 million deportations in 4 years, what happens to the other 8 million? That's the problem. Feels like we can't win either way.
$2,059. In fiscal year 2024, $1,059,078. And in fiscal year 2023, $727,336.
This next one is literally 1 block away, and this one's also generated nearly $3 million.
Jeez.
See if there's any children. Let's see if any of the buildings are open. Here we go.
All right, we've arrived to ABC Learning Center. All the windows are blacked out. Let's see if anybody is here.
I'm guessing this is going to be the trend for all of these daycare centers, is that all the windows will be blacked out, doors will be locked, and nobody will be in there.
This door is locked.
This facility is licensed for 40 children. 0 children. I've come by this place 100 times. I've never seen a child here, ever.
Man, if white people were doing this, they would have taken care of it years ago. This is insane, and I don't understand if you're watching this video, if you aren't being radicalized yet. Like, what does it take? This is a problem. This is not fair.
The only thing I've ever seen is someone standing outside smoking.
What's crazy about this is that last daycare center is that green building right there. And the other daycare center right now is right here. These buildings should be operating as they're receiving literally millions of dollars. I knocked on the door, and to my surprise, somebody actually answered the door. Hello? Can we speak? I would like to check a child in the daycare. Can I speak to a manager? Where can I get paperwork to file for my son? I wanted to put my son Joey in daycare. And after a few questions, the lady went silent. Looks like little Joey Shirley ain't going to daycare here.
And now where are we going?
Now we're going to Sweet Angel Childcare.
We're in the middle of a strip mall here inside of this neighborhood.
In fiscal year 2025, this facility, which has its license for 74 kids, was paid $1.26 million
What?
in tax money. And there are no kids, and all the facilities are the same way, all of them.
Let's see if anyone opens.
Yeah, let's see.
Once again, I try to find a spot for my son Joey, and they would not open the door. I want to put my son Joey in daycare. Cuz I need a spot to put my son Joey.
Yes.
Is this your daycare center?
No. What's there? What's happening?
I just want to put a child in daycare, but all the daycare centers seem to be closed. No one's opening the doors.
You work here?
I was, yeah. What's
I was.
Where are the kids?
What?
It says it's licensed for 74 children. Right here, state of Minnesota. Where are the kids? They got paid $1.26 million
And of course, he's going to act dumb because he's participating in it, most likely.
in fiscal year 2025. It says they have a capacity for 74 children.
When? No, when?
Where are the kids? Right here. State of Minnesota website.
Look at his dumbass face. He knows what's happening.
You work here and you don't know?
I don't know. I was there before. I don't know what's going on.
Were there any kids when you worked here?
It's there. Kids there. What's
How
up?
many?
I don't know. I never
You don't know?
Yeah.
You worked here. Okay, well, then you're not of any help.
Can I put my son in a daycare?
This right here is not very American. And I guarantee she's going to say the same thing. I haven't seen this part of the video yet, but I guarantee she's going to say, I don't know. I don't know how many kids are in there.
Here?
No, I don't know.
Can I speak to someone?
No, I don't know.
I don't know. No, I don't know.
No. Yeah, I would like to see if I can put my son Joey here.
Who's your son, Joey?
My son Joey. Can I check out daycare center?
How do you know my son? No. You're a liar. I'm the owner.
Do you put your kid here in this daycare?
No.
There is one child in there. Yeah, I'd like to know if this is a legit business.
Me, I'm scared of you too. How come I explain everything?
You're scared of me?
Yeah.
Why?
Because of your courage.
She's scared of him, yet she's participating in embezzling a total of almost $9 billion in a year from the state of Minnesota.
Because of my color. You said you're scared of me because of my color.
If you're scared of him because of his color, then why did you come to the country that majority looks like him?
Does that make you a racist?
Yeah, no. No.
You said you're scared of me because of my color.
I'm not saying you're racist.
You said you're scared of me because of my color. That makes you a racist. So right now,
This is my
they're all getting
case.
mad because he's showing the paperwork of
Oh shit, look at all these people over here. That's nuts.
this business being registered as a business. 74 children, no children. We saw one child when the lady opened up the door.
So
But now
where did
they're
this
all
money
getting
go?
mad.
What was this money spent on? 1.2.
A civilized society would arrest these two women, break into the doors or beat down the doors of this building right here that they are or at least force yourselves in. You get the warrant, whatever, and you go investigate. And then you cuff people. And then you go through your investigation. You have the bond, etc. I mean, any police, any cop show. You've seen this. We understand how law and order works. We're not retards. But, like, why does this continue to go on? Mind you, if it was any American citizen, black, white, Hispanic, Asian, whatever, this shit would be ended quite quickly. But for whatever reason, we have it's all political. This is what happens. We are not a civilized country. We are not a civilized society. This is crazy. I can't believe it.
$6 million. What was that money spent on?
Ask the doctor.
There aren't any kids.
Ask the doctor. I'm the kids.
Well, then why are you talking?
And they all act like they don't know what the fuck's going on. And they can get away with it because of the language barrier, because they're immigrants. This is insane.
That's
For the
not my
owner,
proof.
if you're
That's
telling me
not
to
my
talk
proof.
to the owner.
I'm sorry. I'm not understand what you're talking about.
Do you have a child here?
No.
Does anybody?
They don't know.
Where are the 74 kids?
They walk away. That is crazy.
Did you lose these kids? Do I need to call someone? Do I need to issue an Amber Alert for missing children? Are these children missing?
Not your business.
It's not my business that children
It's
are
not
missing.
your country.
74 infants and toddlers, preschool.
The proof's right there. There's no children anywhere.
It's from the state of Minnesota right here.
I think we're moving on to the next location. Have a good day. As we continue to show the blatant fraud that was taking place here in Minnesota, Somalis started following us around the city.
And now we're being followed by the Somalis. This is another daycare center, absolutely no signage, and there's no footprints in the snow of children playing outside. $5 million within the past
5.9 million in 2 years. 5.9 million they received in 2 years.
That's insane.
Right.
That's what it's up to right now. That's insane.
And now we have a group of Somalis telling us in our vehicle right now.
From this daycare center, we headed over to the infamous Quality Learning Center, which actually spells Quality Leering Center.
I mean, if there's proof right there that they're not American, I don't know what greater proof that there is.
On the outside of their sign, that's how blatant this fraud is here at this daycare.
So this is Quality
Sounds like it's quality.
Leering Center. It meant to say Quality Learning Center.
Don't open up.
They said they spelt learning wrong.
Don't open up.
Holy fuck.
Ice here, ma'am. I'm literally a YouTuber.
Don't open up.
Ma'am, what do you think about the fraud that's taking place here in Minnesota?
Don't open up. We have ice.
Jeez, oh man.
Think about this place being licensed for 99 children
Don't open up.
and getting $4 million over
Don't
the
open up. It's ice.
$4 million in the last 2 years.
Go away.
What do you think about that? Are you in favor?
Okay, women like this are the problem in this country. This is why a lot of Gen Z men want to take away the 19th Amendment, because a lot of these women are fucking retarded. It is these white liberal women on the left that have castrated themselves, that have voted for this shit, that have voted for these leftist policies to bring in the third world. Excuse is not the word. What they've done is they've weaponized compassion, and these dumbasses have given right into it. It is absolutely insane that they are defending the castration of their culture and their city.
Go away.
Are you in favor of that?
Go away.
You know where
You're
the-
not welcome.
Fucking
here.
retards.
Shame on you.
Are you in favor of $1.9 million going illegally,
Don't open up.
fraudulently to this business that has Quality Learning Center but can't even spell learning right on the door?
Don't open up.
She's not even listening to what they're saying.
We are not ICE.
I don't care who you are. You don't belong here.
I belong here just like you belong here.
Don't open up. It's ice.
You do realize that there's supposed to be 99 children right here at this building, but there's no one here. This is a child daycare.
It's not going to resonate with her, bro. You just can't. You can't.
99 children. Paid $1.9
I guarantee she won't listen to reason.
million this year in CCAP funding. Do you know where the children are? Were they kidnapped? They run away? Where are the children? This is state of Minnesota. Right here.
And who are you?
My name's Nick Shirley, ma'am.
And who are you with?
Nick Shirley. Nick Shirley on YouTube.
Yeah, so who are you with here?
Oh, he's just been doing some research investigating the fraud that's taking place here in
Yeah,
Minnesota.
I'm with Nick Shirley.
This lady, she's calling us ICE. We're just trying to put law and order back in the streets of the United States. Get rid of all the fraud. Have you ever seen children at that daycare center right there?
What?
Yeah, it's right there. It says the child. You've never seen daycare.
I haven't seen anybody in there.
We're going to educate you on something. So what do you think about this daycare center? They spelt learning wrong. They've received over $1.9 million this year alone, and they're supposed to have 99 children here.
I don't see it.
99 children.
Have you ever seen any children here?
None at all.
Also, you see how this is called Albie Kitchen right here. Pay attention to, connected to these daycare centers, pay attention if there is a Somali restaurant or Somali grocery store directly connected to these daycare centers. It's part of the fraud.
None.
This year they got 1.9 million. Last year they got 1.5 million of your tax money for 99 children. We just want to know where are the kids?
Right.
Where are the children?
I don't see them. I've been here since 2017. I haven't seen anybody like
Never
that
seen
here.
a child here.
No, not at all.
And so you've
8
never
years.
seen a child here for 8 years.
Nope, not at all.
And how does that make you feel knowing that this place is receiving $1.9 million?
Disgusting. I mean, what the hell? They stealing the money. That's a federal grant too. That's, if they get caught for that, it's a federal offense. I know. I studied law.
And you think Tim Walz should go to jail for all the fraud that he's enabled here in his state?
That's him doing this? Oh, heck yeah. He's got to be held accountable for this. I mean, there's no rhyme or reason what's going on here. It's simple. It's nothing there. It's a parking lot.
And look, they even spelled learning wrong on their sign for a place that's supposed to be educating children.
That's crazy. I mean, who runs it? Who supposedly runs it?
Somalians.
Oh my god. Where? Yeah, it's just, I've never seen nobody here at all.
This appears to be a normal guy, no political bias. And I truly believe that this is the majority of people in our country. They don't understand the policies that they've put forth through the ways that they voted. Republican and Democrat. Republicans do it through the H-1B visa, but the problem is people don't get it. So great on Nick Shirley for making this video and continuing to just push the truth.
So how long have you been living here?
Since 2017.
You've never seen a single child walk in that building?
No, not at all.
So this daycare center is literally just a place to traffic money. $1.9 million just this year alone. And this guy's been living here for 8 years and has never seen a single child walk through those doors. There's no windows either.
No.
And the only window they do have, the door, is blacked out.
Yep, I see that. I've never seen anybody go in there.
Within just a few hours,
Insane. Now we're at over 19 million.
approached $20 million in fraud, and we headed over to George Floyd's neighborhood to expose more of the fraud taking place.
This place is called Future Leaders Early Learning Center, and it's licensed for 90 children. And in fiscal year 2025, they received $3.6 million. In fiscal year 2024, they received $3 million. So in 2 years, they got $6.67 million, claiming they have 90 children every day of the week, 5 days a week. So let's find out.
making just about more money than NBA athletes.
And we don't even know if they're paying taxes, but we don't know where this money is going.
I guarantee you they're not paying taxes.
Is it going to terrorism? Where is it going? But it's theft, it's fraud. And the reason I'm involved is I want it to stop. I care about Minnesota. I'm doing this for the people of Minnesota. I don't make a dime of all this time I've spent on this. I put my life at risk several times, but I'm determined to see this through and to correct what is wrong, what is evil.
Here at Future Leaders Early Learning Center, this building received over $3 million. Hello, how are you? I would like to see if I could bring little Joey, my son little Joey here. Is there paperwork or can I check out the daycare? No.
Of course not.
Why can't-
Why wouldn't he? Why would he be able to check his son in for daycare there if he had a son? It's a daycare center, right? You would fucking think.
Can I check out the daycare?
Oh,
Okay, but if I can get paperwork or anything to submit my son little Joey to come in here to daycare? We'd really like to put Joey in this daycare. We've heard great things.
jeez,
No,
oh
I would like your
man.
business card, actually.
She can't fucking speak English. It is so infuriating that these people are embezzling billions of dollars from the state of Minnesota and probably other states as well.
Okay, can I speak with somebody? Where are the children at? Are there children here today?
No.
No children.
Yeah.
Why are there no children?
Two of next school.
Would my son, little Joey, have friends to play with here? No. No friends for little Joey.
Yes. Sorry.
Ah, dang it. Well, have a great rest of your day. So, little Joey would not be accepted to that daycare.
Joey's still homeless.
Joey's still looking for daycare.
And because little Joey couldn't get into a daycare, we went to an autism center, as they have been popping up everywhere as a rise of autism has occurred here in Minnesota because of the government funds that they are receiving. I tried to check my son Joey into an autism center.
We've been going to a lot of these daycare centers. We're trying to find a spot for our little boy Joey, but we thought maybe we could check him in the autism center. Because none of the daycare centers are open. Yeah, and how many kids do you guys have at this autism center?
He doesn't fucking know. Because it doesn't exist.
Probably, so you don't really know. What do you guys think about like the fraud that's been labeled on the autism centers here? What do you guys do think about the fraud, or how come the autism centers are popping up?
I can't answer. What news? Are you a news reporter?
My name's Nick. We're doing a little documentary trying to find little Joey a spot to put himself in one of these centers here. Because there's
So why are you asking us about like
the fraud.
and stuff like that?
Yeah, because we want to make sure we're going to legit business if we're going to bring our little boy Joey here.
This is not.
This is nothing American at all. Not a Joey spot.
But that's our number on your level, but this is we can't let you guys. Okay, thank you. So once again, little Joey, he can't even go to date.
Bro, if they could come after the Italians and bring down the entire mafia, why the fuck can't they do anything about this? This is absolutely insane, and it's very infuriating again. I cannot reiterate that enough.
Now they won't even accept him if he has autism.
And again, no kids. Couldn't tell you how many kids they serve.
After being able to provide no evidence of them actually being an autism center in a place where a child could go, they shut the door and we headed to the next fraudulent daycare center that was just around the corner.
We're on to the next location. We're still trying to find little Joey a place to go to get some daycare.
So where we're going now is a place called Super Kids Daycare Center. Interestingly, this daycare center was shut down when it was called Creative Minds Daycare, and it had received $2.45 million.
Fuck.
Fiscal year 2025. They had to shut down because there were so many violations, and they went and they just reopened under a new license, and they renamed the center Super Kids Daycare Center, LLC.
So they got shut down, then started another one.
Literally the next day.
Bro, Americans aren't allowed to do this. This is so infuriating, man. I'm getting fucking fired up.
Minds Daycare, $2.45 million got sent to this daycare center. We have empty parking lot. We do have a bus here. This is different. We'll see if we see anybody.
I knocked on the door, absolutely nobody was inside, and once again, no children could be heard anywhere.
So David, once again, another child daycare center. We have a bus out here. No one's inside. Licensed for over 50 kids. No children anywhere. But yet, millions of dollars every single year.
So the sign says Creative Minds Daycare. They got in so much trouble. They had so many violations that they had to shut down, and they reopened the next day under Super Kids Daycare Center. You see 3801 Portland, 3801 Portland, which is where we are.
So that's fraud right there alone.
Millions and millions of dollars, and again, the kids are missing. Where are the kids?
You'd think if they had the same address, that whoever's inside or working at the Capitol here inside of Minnesota would just say, oh, maybe that's a red flag.
They just write the check. Human Services, they got to clean out the whole bunch. They're the ones who enabled this fraud. How can you not look and say, wait a minute, these two are registered at the same address?
On top of all of the childcare centers, that's just only a small piece of the fraud. What other fraud are they committing here in Minnesota?
So another major piece of the fraud is the home health care industry. Where we're going now is a building that has 14 Somali-owned home health care companies in the same building.
Nice.
14 of the same healthcare companies in the one building.
14 home health care companies with different names in the same building.
How bad has Tim Walz managed the budget here inside of Minnesota?
So the last biennium, we had an $18 billion surplus. This biennium, we have a $6 billion deficit. That's a $24 billion swing in one biennium. How in the world can you burn through $24 billion in 2 years?
Holy shit.
Right here. This is a huge part of it.
And so would you say a lot of that is fraud that's taking place here in Minnesota?
Absolutely. I would say better than 90% of it is absolute outright fraud.
And a large percentage of this fraud is from these healthcare companies that are charging the state millions of dollars while they actually aren't providing anything. In fact, the FBI just did a raid a few days ago on a building similar to the one we are about to enter. Inside of this building, there were 14
I will say good that they're finally doing something, apparently.
of nearly the exact
But it doesn't seem to be
businesses
enough.
offering the exact same services.
Right here, you have a list of all of the healthcare companies. Loads of them right here. We want healthcare. Yes, we'd like to speak about getting healthcare here. Why can't I get healthcare here? Warning, you are under video surveillance. No trespassing, security, armed. This is the strangest place I've ever been to get healthcare. Just a bunch of different places. Healthcare here, healthcare right here.
Holy shit.
Another healthcare company right here. There are 3 healthcare companies inside of this building right here in this room of 7C. Now we have another Helping Hands Home Care LLC, another healthcare company. Present Help right here. We're looking for the best rates of healthcare here inside this building because we have so many options. Who can we talk about getting the best healthcare?
I don't know.
No?
Sorry.
All right. We will not get any healthcare here. David, this is one of the stranger places I've ever been. Literally, healthcare every door you go to, yet nobody will give you a rate. How much money do you think's been funneled through this building?
Every year, I would say 50 to 60 million.
Gee.
Finally, we were accepted into one of the daycare centers and they actually took down our information to give us a rate. However, when we left, we were then met with the police.
We received a complaint that someone mentioned your description here.
Go figure. They send the police to protect the people that aren't even Americans, but the Americans are the ones doing the research. And this is just another indictment on the police. Like, I'm sorry. You could say what you want about the cops after George Floyd, after 2020, the whole Black Lives Matter, and then you had the Blue Lives Matter movement as a response. But the police, bro, they don't do anything. They don't. And it doesn't even feel like they defend the people that actually live here. Look, they're going to defend the migrants.
Stay here.
Oh, we're checking out the rates for healthcare. Because there's 14 healthcare companies inside this building, so.
Okay.
Well, that's not what he said. He said there's 14 companies here, and he's trying to assume because they're Somali providers, everyone here is fraudulent.
Okay.
So he's here with some kind of like propaganda.
No, we're just checking.
No, this is a area that we're allowed to enforce trespassing ordinance. Is there any other reason that you guys are here?
Look at this white guy dutifully obeying whoever he reports to. The Minneapolis police. Hey, real quick, we're going to Google something, folks. I'm just curious myself. So we're going to go Minneapolis. I hope I spell it right, just to in case, right? Minneapolis Chief of Police. I just want to see something. Brian O'Hara. Is this Brian O'Hara? So they report to this fucker right here. Oh shit. Let's resume here if we can. What happened? Let's do this again. Minneapolis Chief of Police, Brian O'Hara. So they report to this fucker right here. If we can make it big again. They report to this guy right here. Minneapolis Chief of Police. I bet he's implicated into it as well. This is crazy. But you're just
Checking rates?
No, he's not.
We were checking rates. We asked for rates.
No, you're not.
Okay. If you guys are all good, we're gonna step outside and we can continue.
It's not all good.
So, all right, we're getting escorted out right now. The police have arrived. We were checking out the rates, seeing what was happening inside this building. No one would really speak with us. We did go inside the one daycare center, and she actually did give us rates for childcare. Much respect to that lady. What's the problem, officer?
Well, so again, we've been getting reports from multiple individuals that you guys were harassing individuals who work here. At the end of the day, this is private property, and it's one that people are allowed to ask you to leave, and it's also in the Minneapolis Police Department.
I'm just going to say 25, 30 years ago when the country was more white, you did not have these problems. These problems didn't exist. If they did exist, like the Italian Mafia, the FBI and CIA and all the organizations took care of it, and they crushed the Mafia. So all of this organized crime and fraud, I'm just saying, when you have a country that's less white, when you let in all these people, when you elevate all of the diversity ideas, this is what fucking happens. You want to live in hell. This is where we're going. Maybe this is indictment on immigration. Maybe we should start the mass deportations and actually ramp them up. And hey, let's stop making all these hype videos because we're really pissing off the left. It's just a thought. It's just a fucking thought. But this is going to continue to happen. And this guy is complicit in all of it. Pussy.
Is allowed to enforce trespassing ordinance at this address.
Yeah.
So
As we got escorted out of this building, the Somalis filmed us as we
Figures. Look at all those American citizens. Fucking unreal.
left, and we headed over to the next building that had 22 of the same home health care providers operating from inside of the building.
Right here you have multicultural home care. And right here it says it's open, but can't even get in. Another Reliance Recovery Center. Mercy and Grace Care, Inc. Right here you have Den Den
Eritrean Youth Development Association of Minnesota. Another child care center. Welcome to Bright Beginning Center. But what do you guys think about the fraud that's taking place here in Minnesota?
Sorry. No comments.
Of course.
Right here, you have Serenity Quality Care. All of these businesses are literally the same type of business, providing the same service in the same building. Another Convenience Home Healthcare, Aid, Inc., and Child Friendly Space. All these companies get money from the government. Why would you have the same company, essentially, inside of the same building, door to door? Right here, Queenly Home Healthcare. It just does not make sense. If you're trying to operate a business, you'd want to have less competition. But here, they have all of their competition right next door. We're wondering, because we hear there's lots of fraud taking place here in Minnesota, and we're wondering, why is there so many of the same companies inside of this same building?
No, I don't know that.
Of course he doesn't know.
About the fraud that's taking place here in Minnesota.
I don't have any idea about that fraud. Okay? That's it.
What do you think about the news articles and what's being spread on the news about the fraud?
Right now you are doing something wrong.
I'm just asking you.
No, you
about
don't
the
have to
fraud.
ask me, okay? Don't ask me that question again.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
I don't know about the fraud in this country. Right now you're doing something wrong. I won't answer our question again. Shut the fuck up, Ramesh. You're literally a visitor and you're sucking off the teat of our government, of the Minnesota state government. Our taxes are going towards you. We're giving you all of our money and your government isn't doing anything about it. This is fucking insane, man.
Speak to. Who can I speak
Bye, Ramesh.
Okay. As soon as you confront about the fraud, they get angry. When these people have these home healthcare companies, you're seeing them everywhere inside this building. What kind of fraud are they committing?
So there's false documentation being submitted to the state of Minnesota for services never provided. They're having forms signed in advance for services that were then never rendered. As far as a year or 2 years in advance, they'll have someone sign these forms at one sitting, and then they just file those with the state of Minnesota, and nobody from the state of Minnesota bothers to check that those services were ever provided.
So they're essentially just using people saying that they have these services provided months or even years ago, then filing the paperwork and then receiving money from the government.
Right, and the Somali community is a very closed community, so everybody's in on it, and they don't want to talk, as you can see.
And for this building, I'm going to give an estimate of around $30 million for how much fraud is taking
Holy
place. That
shit.
is a very low estimate. However, still a lot of money in fraud. And do you think there is fraud?
Okay, again, if you look like this, I'm sorry, but you're going to really have to convince me that you're an American. Let's see.
Taking place here?
Let's see if he doesn't know. Oh, of course, he doesn't know.
Do you have any idea what any of these businesses are doing?
I never asked.
Of course you never ask. It's just crazy, man.
Upwards of $100 million in fraud will be headed to
I never ask.
one more daycare. And this one gets a little spicy as we get chased out at the very end. And after this, we'll be heading to the state capitol to confront the incompetent government leaders who have enabled this.
Of course, it's this bitch that's making all the decisions. Figures!
This video was going to be super dangerous to film because of obviously how hostile it is, and as we are exposing legit fraud happening. I did get security for this video, and I was able to do it through the Black Line Guardian. And if you guys want to help fund my security in the future, you can go down to the link down below. They're not paying me to say any of this. They came in and decided to help me out for this video. So you can go to Black Line Guardian, the link's down below, and click Guardian for Nick, and those funds will directly go to my security and future videos as we are exposing lots of things happening, especially with this fraud.
Everybody, definitely go donate if you can. I'm certainly going to do that as well.
Like I said, they're not sponsoring this video. I'm just giving them a shout out because of how they helped me. So go down to the link down below, click Guardian for Nick, and let's keep going. And now we're going to the next location. Now, this child daycare center, this one's different than all the other ones we've been to. Tell us about this one.
This one is different because, according to the state of Minnesota, this 312 West Lake Street houses not one, not two, but 3 child care centers and is licensed to hold 102 children, and in fiscal year 2025 was paid $2.66 million by the state of Minnesota.
Sheesh.
And this is the building right here. So this building alone made $2.6 million. Let's see if anybody's inside. Now we're inside of the building where there's apparently 4 child care centers. We met this lady and we followed her to the back of the building where the daycare was supposedly at.
So right here we have 2 child daycare centers. We have the Minnesota Child Care Center, and then we also have Nuna. Between the two, 2.66 million. Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Why are you talking?
Yes. We would like to know.
Well, it says we're trying to figure out 102 children. Is that for this facility?
What is the name? Why is it?
It's from the state of Minnesota website.
Of course, they're covering their faces. They know they're guilty. They know they're engaging in fraud.
It says you have 102 children here in your child care.
Which child care name is a lot of
Minnesota Child Care right here. It's from the state of Minnesota's website.
I mean, I see Minnie right there. It's got to be welcoming for kids, right? Prove that you have kids.
We're just wondering where the children are.
where the children are.
Yeah,
Where the children are. They're not there.
Where are the children? It says
I guarantee she's going to say, oh, I don't know. I don't know where the children are.
you have 102 children here, and you got $2.66 million this year in funding, and $2.5 million last year. We're just wondering where the kids are.
And who are you?
My name's Nick Shirley.
Nick Shirley.
And where are you? Where is? Which department?
Oh, we are from ourselves.
Yeah.
Hello, we'd like to ask where the money's going.
Nice.
Look at that. Shut us down. Where are the...
If any other group, if Americans did this, it's raps. It is raps, but for whatever reason, we give all of these migrants license to do whatever the fuck they want in this country. Insanity.
Children, no children inside of this daycare center. And look at this daycare center right here, no children inside of this daycare center. But between those buildings, over $2.6 million. We were just curious, where are the children?
Holy shit. Is that 2 Somalians? This bitch is big. She don't
Do you
know.
know where the children are at?
I don't know.
Where are the children at in these daycare centers?
I don't know.
How come these childcare centers have no children? There's $2.6 million inside these businesses that were given by the government, but there's no children to be seen anywhere. People deserve to know where their taxes are going. If these companies and these daycare centers are making upwards of $2.6 million and there's no children to be seen anywhere, something fraudulent is happening. And that is not make you racist, Islamophobic. This is just the truth of what's happening here in Minnesota. If there's a bunch of white people doing the same thing, we'd be talking about the same issue.
If a bunch of white people were doing it, it would get shut down pretty fucking quick. Crazy.
This is just fraud at unprecedented levels here inside Minnesota. It's actually very concerning. Where are the children at inside of these buildings? They're nowhere to be seen. Millions
They don't
of dollars
exist.
are being sent into these daycare centers all across Minnesota, and there's not a child to be seen anywhere. Here's another daycare center inside of the same building.
We don't want you to be videotaping anything.
Where is all the money going for if there's no children at these daycare centers?
Sir,
Yes.
I told you, please leave.
Yes, we have a question though. Where is the children at these daycare centers if there's millions of dollars?
Ask the local government, yeah.
Oh, we've asked. We have the paper here. So we're wondering where the money and where the children are at. We have the paper right here. Come here.
Who are you, first of all?
My name's Nick Shirley.
You don't have any permission to record me, period.
Can we talk outside?
You don't have permission to record.
She doesn't either have.
You
She
do
doesn't
not
have permission to record
no,
me.
You cannot stop people on the street and question them.
Well, that's not a street, first of all. It's a hallway. There's no further proof that you're not American than that right there.
You can ask
You don't
where-
have any permission.
Where
I'll
are the
sue
children?
You. I will sue you. You don't have any permission. We have nothing to do with this. You
Okay.
understand?
Then are there
So
children?
leave. Please leave.
Are there children here?
Please leave.
Where are the children? $2.6 million for a daycare center.
You ask whoever you think is doing that. You don't know what you're talking about. So leave.
This is
Tell
incredible.
us what's happening here then.
I said leave.
We're wondering what's
We
happening.
are not a child care. We are nothing to do with it. We're common people walking. And
Yes.
you are.
We're not.
Again, another restaurant in the same building.
We're not accusing you. We're asking where the children are at.
Don't ask me anything.
We're not accusing you. We're asking the daycare centers.
I am not going to answer. You have.
Where are the children at?
Daycare right here, and then another restaurant.
Leave. Leave.
We just want to know, where are the children?
Who you work for?
My name is Nick Shirley.
Who you work for?
I work for myself, Nick Shirley.
Okay, what are you recording?
We're wondering, where are the children? 2.6.
These guys think that he can fucking read. He probably can't even fucking read English. This is insane.
$6 million for
You're not talking to
the Minnesota child.
You're not talking to the right guy.
Are there children that come here? Answer the question. Are there children? There's no children inside this building.
I don't know who you're talking to. Leave.
That's just a simple question. Where are the children at? David, they won't even answer. We asked him. Plain and simple, where are the children? Do children come here?
This is why I've had my life. I've been attacked twice. Once with a knife, and the other time I was jumped last Saturday by 3 Somali men.
Shit.
Simply for asking questions about what was going on. And they're very, very violent people. They do not like this fraud to be exposed.
After giving this man plenty of opportunities to answer the simple question, where are the children, he called the cops on us and we headed to the state capitol where they're having a meeting about the fraud to confront the state representatives and people in the government who have enabled and let this fraud happen. Inside of this committee, a Republican representative showed charts showing exactly how this fraud has been committed and who is profiting and connecting all the dots. And while the Democrat
Of course, this is what the Democrat representative looks like.
representatives looked into the abyss, one of them spoke about how none of this is building trust and how this is a nonpartisan issue, so I went and confronted her after that.
Yes, but he has some very valid questions to ask about what's going on here in Minnesota. And do you think this fraud
I don't know who
crosses...
you are.
Why do all the Dems look like this, man? Fuck!
My name is Nick Shirley. Do you think this fraud is Republican or Democrat, or just facts that fraud is happening? Because because that's what I heard you talk.
Ma'am, if you weren't that big, you wouldn't be stumbling.
We want to build trust, but fraud is fraud, so why should we be enabling fraud to happen here?
No, I don't think anybody is enabling fraud to happen.
Hold Governor Walz accountable for this.
Okay, sir.
No.
They get real pissed off when they see an intelligent black guy that speaks perfect English.
Sir.
They get real pissed off.
He is a representative for the state of Minnesota.
Fuck, another fat woman. Figures.
Yes or no?
Excuse me?
Yes, are you...
If you're gonna talk to me like
Are
that...
you the state... I'm a disability advocate.
I heard you, and you got a chance...
Damn, he went up there. He said, I'm a disability African. Shit.
To testify.
No. Ma'am, the facts are the facts that fraud is happening here.
He flipped her on his... Wow.
How come you think fraud has been able to happen so much underneath?
I think if you've been listening to our hearings, we've had now 10 hearings on this. And so there's really good data from the people who both work within the administration as well as who, both Democrat and Republicans. I think what you heard today is that the Republicans who control this committee are not actually interested in solving fraud. What they're interested in is telling a story.
This fraud has happened underneath Democrat leader Tim Walz.
There has been Medicaid fraud across the country under Democrats and Republicans. There's fraud within.
Look at her. When you hear her, she can't catch her breath. Holy shit, dude.
Trump administration. We have is fraud. Public-private.
Is she engaging in the fraud by taking food stamps? Because if that's true, she may need to cut down on the food. What the hell?
Providers have made government a mark. And so every person running government, Democrats or Republicans, are dealing with the issue.
Look at that. He's so respectful. He held the door for her.
Out of our public payment. We're also dealing with veterans. We're dealing with consumers. I hope you're looking at that. If you look at United Health, currently is being charged with defrauding Medicare. You know who runs Medicare? President Trump. Medicaid fraud is a 50-state issue. And so, again, it is not a partisan issue. There are Democrats and Republicans who are sitting in that committee talking about it. But what you did here was the Republican chair say she's not turning information over to the one person in government who can stop.
Why are all the Democrats fat? Here's another one. Insanity. Looks like a pig. Little piggy. What are we doing? Of course, he's not talking about the whole entire country. He's in Minnesota because this is a state. And this state has engaged in $9 billion they're talking about of fraud. And the guy running the state of Minnesota is a Democrat. And so what they're doing is they're investigating all of these fraudulent daycare centers, adult centers, autism daycare centers in Minnesota, and none of them had kids or people. Insane.
And I hope you print that.
She thought she ate there.
That's crazy.
Well,
If
you
this
saw what
is
happened
the
there?
state of Minnesota that we live in, and these politicians are just
I love this guy. This is the best appearance in this video, man.
walking off.
The black
like it's
disabled
okay
guy.
Tuesday, and they want to go visit the Trump. They want to blame the Trump administration. We have Democrats blaming ICE. I'm tired. My people are suffering. I'm scared for my little brother. My people are suffering.
Aside from the theatrics, I mean, he's spot on, man. People in this country are suffering. We have an affordability. That was the ice machine. We have an affordability crisis in this country. And then you have people that are defrauding all of the entitlements like this, bro. It is so fucking insane. You're going to have a revolution if this continues, man.
And these people just walk off. We have a governor who fucking doesn't care. How many more people are gonna freaking die? How many more people are gonna go homeless? And how many more people are gonna be trafficked in our freaking system?
Jeez. Man, my takeaway from this, bro, if you're not angry after watching this video, then I don't know what could make you angry. But the fact of the matter is, you're most likely an American citizen if you're watching this video. You pay your taxes, you pay your bills on time, you have to, or they will take your shit from you. And this goes directly against that precedent. These people who happen to be Somalians, who happen to be migrants, who happen to not be of this country, they happen to be of a foreign land, are coming in and defrauding all of the entitlements, defrauding all of the social safety nets, and taking that money and using it for themselves for multiple things. We saw the luxury sports cars as one example in the beginning of the video. But it is infuriating. And you see this video, you should be in favor of the deportations. We should actually be putting pressure on Trump to do more deportations, because this whole country was not built for 10 million illegal immigrants in 4 years. Just the infrastructure was not built for that, man. We've all been personally affected by this in one way or another. And if you're on the left, I encourage you to just take a look in the mirror and understand that this is not about hate. I made some jokes that could be interpreted as hateful in this video. It is what it is, fuck it. But in general, man, when people are actually suffering and a different group of people that isn't even American is taking advantage of the systems that are supposed to help the suffering people in this country, it's a problem. So that's all. Please, hopefully you liked the video. If you didn't, don't tell me. Instead, give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, please. We're doing memberships now. We are offering memberships. The link is in the description. Thank you so much. Please financially support the channel via those memberships. Comment on the video. Do whatever you can to boost this video up. I appreciate you so much. We're back and we're coming bigger and better in 2026. God bless. Bye-bye.